Disney adults are actually insane. I already know this shit's about to hit.
If you walked around a Disney park today, you'd probably notice something strange, and you'd ask yourself, where are all the children? The Disney parks are now filled with adults getting drunk in bars, eating thousands of calories worth.
Have y'all noticed the average Disney adult always looks the same? Almost always. There's a clear like, you could spot him. You could spot him, and if you were in public outside of Disneyland, you'd know who a Disney adult would be. It's that like 30-year-old to like a 35-year-old millennial who's as white as snow, definitely a little obese.
Of snacks, TikTokers taking pictures in the women's bathrooms, and worst of all, putting themselves into massive amounts of debt to go to Disney parks. Disney parks are now filled with some of the most cringe individuals to walk the planet, also known as Disney adults. There's countless videos on YouTube which criticize Disney adults for the way they act like children.
The debt is insane, bro. I hope they go into that in this video. People literally going into debt to go to fucking Disneyland. For the, like, it's not like a one-time trip to Disneyland. They're going into debt to go to it like days and days and days to basically fucking live there. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, dude, Disneyland's fucking awesome. Like, I used to go all the time growing up. Like, once every year. I had a very fortunate fucking childhood. Okay, every year during October, my mom would take me and my brothers to Disneyland. It was awesome. I grew up going there. I thought it was great. I would probably want to go as an adult, like with Kenna or something, like a few times, like maybe once, twice. And then once we have kids, take them there. But never in my life could I imagine myself just living there. There's people that literally live at Disney. That sounds like some weird, distorted, fucking trippy ass reality. I don't know. There's like a level of psychosis to it, I feel. They have some actually pretty interesting stuff at Disneyland. It's cool. No, it is. It is, dude. It's nostalgic too.
And I really cringe. And while that's interesting to explore, and I'll definitely make another video on the cringe side, I want to look at Disney adults from another perspective. What is the financial cost of being a Disney adult? From over-consumerism, having to buy every single product Disney releases.
Oh my God. And also, sorry, I keep pausing. Don't even get me started, bro. This isn't even 2020 like 6 level. I'm not sure. I couldn't even imagine how expensive it is now. Even in like 2014, a little shitty plushie that they made for like fucking $5 will cost like $50. Anything, the tax is crazy. So I cannot imagine how expensive Disneyland is now. We haven't even got to the end of the introduction and we already heated. Yeah, dude. Disney adults, dude. They're a fucking bug.
Every single limited edition piece of merch to the limited edition must-eat snacks to try at every park, and even the cost of just getting into the parks. How on earth do these people afford it?
This couple, they spent $21,000 in 1 month when they make $7,000.
What?
They're obsessed with Disney.
$21,000 in 1 month? Holy shit. Holy shit. I don't think I could spend $21,000 in a month. What the fuck are you buying?
Lots of Disney adults are. They spent $2,000 on Disney exclusive passes and then went to Disney World, spent a lot of money on that. Then they're going to Disney World 2 times next month and then 1 time in the summer.
That's a lot of money on Disney.
But unlike most lesbians, I think they're going to last forever though because they're on the same page. And usually couples that aren't on the same page about money, that's where they divorce. But them, they're on the same page about wanting to ruin their lives for Disney.
Before we look at the insane costs of Disney, we need to take a step back and
Mac.
understand how the parks themselves got to be so expensive in the first place. 40 years ago, trips to Disney were easy and pretty affordable for the average family. All you'd have to think about was your ticket, a hotel if you wanted to stay for a few days, and whatever food you fancied eating at the park. Going to Disney today, however, is a totally different story. It's a stack of microtransactions that add up, leaving guests broke by the time they leave, checking their bank accounts and being horrified with the amount of money they've ended up spending. A Disney World ticket in 1971 cost $3.50. And if inflation were the only factor, it would
1971.
cost around $27 today. But now, a
Damn.
one-day ticket starts at $189. Making Disney more expensive has been a key strategic goal by the company.
$189 for a day? Holy shit. How much would like a 4-day trip be? That'd be like $800. Honestly, dude, I used to love Disney when I was younger, but the more and more as time goes on, bro, they just keep buying franchises I like and then shitting them.
Conveniently amplified by the term Disney adult growing in popularity around 2015. The trending term instantly became a meme, with people laughing at their own obsession with Disney. From bawling their eyes out from meeting their favourite characters.
Pooh, I've waited 30 years to meet you.
What? What are we doing? You waited 30 years to meet a 48-year-old man who's chain smoking fucking cigarettes under there in his piss stained fucking mascot costume? What are we talking about?
I love you my whole life.
To their insane collections of toys and Disney merch.
The girls that get it, and the girls that don't.
There was one
Actually
very
crashed.
important thing that Disney
Little
realised
kids
that
in
these
grown-ass
obsessive
bodies,
adult
bro.
fans
Oh
had
my
that the
God.
kids do not, and that was money. As the parks expanded and people were willing to spend more, Disney piled on extra charges since 2016, and they didn't seem to be stopping. Dynamic pricing, paid parking, individual lightning lane, Fast Pass Plus, paid ride reservations, special event reservations, dining plans, photo pass,
You have
all
to
while
pay for restaurant reservations now? What the fuck? People that follow around the poor mascots, bro. Like I more power to them. Like I genuinely, I don't know how they do it. It's got to be the most awkward thing trying to stay in character and be nice to someone who is like literally stalking you. You know, literally like harassing you. Like these, they will be fucking groping and they just have to stay in character, dude. Like there's nothing to do. You can't do anything.
free services like the free Fast Pass and the free airport transport services. When you take a look at how these services increase the price so dramatically, it's actually pretty scary. Dynamic pricing works by increasing the price when there's more demand for a ticket. School holidays and peak times were at least double the price as usual. The Fast Pass Plus also uses dynamic pricing. So if the park is
Dynamic
extremely busy and the
pricing.
rides are popular, the price for the Fast Pass Plus will be too. Dropping $500 for a Fast Pass is genuinely insane, and it's only for one day too.
What? $500 for a fast pass? Who the fuck is going? And like, you have to literally have millions, and you have to be a multimillionaire for that to be a financially okay decision. If you're not a millionaire and you are buying fucking fast passes, holy shit.
It actually costs more than the ticket itself. But the sad thing is, because the parks are so busy, you pretty much have to buy the fast passes unless you only want to go on 3 or 4 rides and wait in queues for hours. From an English perspective, this concept is pretty
Oh my
insane. Like,
God.
yeah, we do have fast passes at UK theme parks, but you can get them for like £10 at parks like Thorpe Park and Alton Towers. And I get they might not be as busy as Disney World, but is it really worth the £500 difference? And I think it's worth
No.
mentioning that it's actually optional to have fast passes at theme parks. Several European parks outright refuse to use them because from a moral perspective, they don't believe that you should be able to skip a queue because you're richer than some other person.
No,
or more
actually,
willing to go
dude.
into debt.
I didn't even like click that in my head. That's fucked. That's fucked. It's already like this expensive thing, and now it's like literally, unless you can pay thousands, you're getting cut in line. That's insane.
to
Oh
get
my
them. Two
lord.
European theme parks, Bellewaerde and Efteling, say that they don't offer fast passes because we don't wish to give anyone preferential treatment. To be honest, it is a complete money grab by Disney, so they can get more guests into the park
Yeah.
and have a payable option to skip the queues. And because the queues are so long, buying a fast pass is just as important as buying a ticket now.
Bro, going going to
And because the queues are
going to an amusement park, if it's this busy, I'm telling my kids we got Disney at home. Yeah, dude, I'm throwing them in a fucking, not even an Oculus Rift. I'm getting them one of those like VR goggles that you can slide your phone in and go into YouTube and putting on fucking Splash Mountain. That they can have that. Like, fuck this, dude. Holy shit. And going while it's this busy, does that even sound enjoyable? Like, we would specifically go when it was like not busy at all. Oh my god.
so long, buying a fast pass is just as important as buying a ticket now. It's basically unavoidable if you want to spend more time on the rides and wait in the queues. All of these additional costs slowly add up, forcing guests to spend more without even realizing it, adding to their Disney debt. Even though the list of additional charges that Disney's added over the past 10 years are absolutely insane, there's something else that Disney has incorporated that changed the game forever. For over 40 years, you couldn't have alcohol at a lot of Disney's parks, with a few exceptions of course. But flash forward to now, and alcohol is one of the big reasons Disney adults come to the parks. Since this shift, it's clear
That's
Disney now
crazy.
caters to their adult fans, offering an absolutely insane
Splash Mountain was the one ride you didn't get to go on when you went. I know there's like history behind it, but Splash Mountain was my favorite ride always growing up. I think it's honestly why like I got so into FNAF. Like Splash Mountain I always liked because it creeped me out. It was fucking scary. There was one time like I stopped, the ride broke down when I was on it, and it was like late at night, right before the park was closing. Me and my friends would just, or me and my brother would just go on it over and over because there was no line, because no one wants to go on a water ride when it's cold and at night. So we just keep going and it's dark, and like the ride stopped and the animatronics were like singing like it was like fucking spooky as hell, but it was sick, dude.
variety of alcoholic drinks available in all of the parks. But it's not just a few cocktails here and there, and they've even developed
The
a famous
Mummy was
drinking
fire,
game in
dude.
Epcot known as Drinking Around the World, where guests spend up to 6 hours on a bar crawl through 8 themed countries, each
Damn,
with a cocktail
apples.
inspired
That's
by the place
insane.
they're in.
Nothing can stop us now. I'll tell you how. We're gonna make it happen. Let's take a ride and spend that day in the countryside.
The time's for you to stay and get away and have a perfect picnic.
Yo, what
Aside
is
from the-
playing in my ears? That just upset me. I normally don't like to hate on people's joy and whimsy, but it gets to the point. We're too damn jolly, okay?
Awful audio, you get the point here. Disney is catering more towards Disney adults, who have a lot more money to spend than the children. And as a quick side note, I really hope that tattoo was fake, because that is
Yes, dude.
extremely embarrassing. But not only is this drinking game at Epcot great for getting people to spend over $200 on drinks alone if they complete the challenge, but selling alcoholic drinks is much more lucrative than sodas alone. A Coke or a juice for a child probably costs around $4, but a cocktail is closer to $20. The markup on these drinks is easy because the margins are so high. It definitely doesn't cost $20 to make a cocktail, but guests will happily pay for it because it's Disney themed. Serving alcohol also changes who comes.
Drunk man makes fun of disabled guest at Walt Disney World bar and gets a beat down? What the fuck? I mean, how fucking drunk do you have to be making fun of someone who's disabled? You just have to be a shitty person. Holy shit. What a fucking asshole, bro. Honestly, W to the Disney adults who beat the shit out of him. Kinda hype.
To Disney and why. Instead of it for being for kids' birthdays or special occasions for kids, it's now a place for adult-only holidays and stag or hen do's, or bachelor parties, I think, to my American subscribers. There's
Bachelor
even been
parties?
entire Reddit threads talking about the alcohol consumption in Disney, with one person saying, it went from being a family-friendly experience to being a mob of drunk, dehydrated, aggressive who behave worse than hungry children. Alcohol also encourages guests to stay longer, spending more time in the bars and restaurants, conveniently buy more food. I don't know about you, but when I've had a drink, I get absolutely starving, and it seems like Disney knows this too. And what better way to take advantage of all those slightly buzzed or just straight up drunk guests than the largest selection of snacks in the world, littered across almost every path in the park. At Disney, trying the snacks are just as important as going on the rides and meeting the characters.
That food does look pretty damn good though. Dude, amusement park food is so expensive, but sometimes that shit hits. A fucking turkey leg, whatever those taquitos it was just
At
showing were,
Disney, trying the snacks are
or egg roll. What is this? This looks fucking delicious, bro.
ridiculously expensive, often between $10 to $20 for one thing.
For a
And the most
fucking
ridiculous thing that
pretzel.
I found was literally a stick with one piece of bacon on it for $10.
Who's calling it? Who's calling that shit?
What?
Who's calling that shit?
$10. I mean, don't get me wrong. That thick cut fucking bacon strip does look really fucking good.
The snacks are already expensive, but slap a Mickey shape
Got
on
some
there and
popcorn.
you instantly pay more for just a shape.
Some basic theme park snacks that happen to be Mickey shaped and then cost $5 million. You'll spend almost $8 on a Mickey pretzel.
That pretzel looks awful. Does this look appetizing to y'all? That looks like the driest pretzel I've seen in my life. Oh, hell no.
That is just okay, so I recommend instead spending that money on the Pepper Jack pretzel at Cheshire Cafe. It's a warm pretzel stuffed with gooey pepper jack cheese, and it's just way more worth it in my
Okay.
opinion. 2, Mickey bars are obviously iconic, but they're $6 for a basic chocolate ice cream bar. So instead, you can get a fresh single scoop of
Honestly, that sounds bad, but $6 for an ice cream bar at an amusement park, that's not that bad. That's kind of valid. That's not too crazy.
parlor with Mickey ears for $4.99.
But it's not just one or two snacks that guests are having in the parks, as they're often spending over $50 on just snacks alone, and not even considering the main meals that they'll be having throughout the day.
This is a work of art. This
Blue
is a
milk.
work of art.
Corn dog
This
nuggets.
is a work of art. This is a work of art. This is a work of art. But this is a work of art.
Couples going to the parks together will often be
That food did look pretty fucking good. That shit, I mean,
spending over $100 every day just on snacks. This is just
Jesus.
simply too much to try. Disney creates FOMO over snacks, calling them
Fuck,
must
dude, that
try
food
to
looks
create
good.
scarcity, and they often change seasonally. Once
Oh
they're
my
gone,
fucking
they're gone,
God.
and they don't come back. So if guests are there, they're feeling
Oh
the
my
need to
God.
try it all
The food
there
at
and
Disney
then.
did
They're
hit
obviously
so
all themed
hard.
too, so Disney adults need to try them because the food is from their favorite shows. Who cares if they can't afford it? They can just use the credit cards to buy them. As we're talking about Disney adults, it wouldn't feel right to not mention the plus-size park hoppers, and they're just as popular for their food
Yeah.
recommendations as they are for their controversial "if I fit, I sit" videos,
Here we go, dude.
which I have covered before on the channel.
Hey everyone, we're Plus Size Park Hoppers, and this is everything we ate in a day as plus size best friends at Disney's Magic Kingdom. We started our day by having lunch at the Plaza restaurant on Main Street. We find that the food tastes better than any of the quick service options available at Magic Kingdom, and it's pretty affordable too. Katie started off with the Plaza loaded fries, which can be made gluten-free. These come with melted cheddar, bacon, green onion, and spicy sour cream. Ashley and I both got the triple-decker turkey club sandwich. This sandwich is really good, and it's our go-to.
Did it say $21 for a turkey club? That's just like a basic ass sandwich. I mean, a turkey club's good if I'm paying like $8, $10, like $12 if I'm like pushing it at like a fucking nicer like diner little place, you know. I'm not paying $22 for a basic fucking turkey club.
Got the Aurora cone, but without a cone to make it gluten-free from Storybook Treats. And Ashley and I split the candied bacon skewer from Westward Ho. This was the perfect combination of salty and sweet, and also who doesn't.
I'm not gonna lie, chat. I would eat the fuck out of that candied bacon. That's the most big back thing in the world, but holy fuck, does it sound good? Fuck, dude. I would like. This might be insane, but like I'll dip my like bacon and breakfast sausage into syrup, bro. That is. I don't know if that's crazy, but like.
Snack on a stick. Before we left the park, we were thirsty for ice cream, so Katie headed over to Aloha.
Oh my fucking god. What the fuck did I just hear? You were thirsty for ice cream? This has to be rage bait content. You know? Like, it's testing me, man. thirsty for ice cream. I'm not gonna say anything.
Aisle and got the coconut pineapple Dole Whip. Then Ashley and I headed over to the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor. We each got the
Holy
all-American.
fuck. Okay, this is the fifth time. This is the fifth fucking time you've had ice cream and you also had a milkshake during your dinner. Holy fuck, man. Like, it gets to a point, like, I'm all about body acceptance, but genuinely, like, it gets to a point where you're just gonna die, man. And I don't think that should, like, people should be wanting to. It's an addiction. Food is an addiction. Like, it is just as bad as like a lot of other addictions if it gets to a point where it's cutting your lifespan in less than
Our
half.
favorite sweet treats in Magic Kingdom. If you're a fan of chocolate and peanut butter, then this is the ice cream for you. When we got back to Saratoga Springs, we headed to the Artist Palette for dinner. Ashley and I both got the shrimp with green beans and mashed potatoes, which was pretty good for a quick service dinner. Katie
That
got the
shrimp
chicken
looked
and rice
ass.
bowl, but we accidentally forgot to record it. And then we ended our night in the hot tub.
Focusing just on what Katie eats because she is one of the biggest people there, and I'm not trying to bully her, but she eats nearly 5,000 calories worth of food and snacks at the park in a single day, not even including what she was eaten
Jesus.
before or after the video. This food came to over $50 as well, which is just so expensive for one day, especially with the majority of it being from snacks. Now I totally agree, when you're at Disney, you should eat whatever you want, because it's a treat and you probably won't go again for a few years. I mean, even I did a 10k calorie challenge and I won't be doing one again anytime soon, but the plus size park hoppers seem to be going to a park every week. This isn't cheap, nor is it healthy. Now the plus size park hoppers do have a social media presence, so they might be able to afford this, but normal Disney adults are doing this too. They're going to Disney way more than they can afford and eating way more than they can afford to. They're so consumed by Disney that they totally let themselves go wild and have no boundaries when it comes to indulging and consuming whatever they want.
Dude.
Whether it's food, merchandise, or going to the parks multiple times a year. And for all of these reasons that we've looked at, it's no wonder why so many people have gone into debt just to be able to go to Disney. 45% of guests with young children have gone into debt to be able to go to Disney. And
45% have gone into debt for a Disney trip? What are we doing? 45% just don't go.
24% of adults with no children have gone into debt to go to Disney too. And it's rising too, as stats are up 33%
What?
in the same survey
Why?
in 2022. From the posts that I've
Why?
seen,
I don't
part of the
understand.
magic of Disney is also going into debt. It's joked about like it's funny, like it's cooler to be in debt than not. Like it's some sort of badge of honor to say, I went into debt so I could go to Disney. They act as if Disney's some friendly corporation who's happy to lend you the money, and they like to pretend that it's not an entity that would send the bailiffs when you ultimately
That's
miss a
insane.
payment. I think a huge part of this is caused by the childlike nature of Disney guests and why they feel entitled to go. It's like a form of therapy for them. Many Disney adults explain their obsession with Disney as being a result of not therapy for them. Many
I'm sorry.
Disney adults
Does that say Gooners never shit die? What the fuck does that say? That says Gooners. Gooners never shit die. Guys, am I tripping?
explain their obsession with Disney as being a result of not having a proper childhood. And that's
What?
true. There's many children who grew up in households that couldn't afford to go to Disney, or they had some sort of trauma.
Okay, also, I'm not gonna lie, chat. If there was like a Disneyland level amusement park though, and it was like Naruto, fucking Bleach, like Dragon Ball, Hunter x Hunter, like I'd probably fucking I'm saying all this shit, talking shit about these Disney adults, but you know what I'm saying? I'd probably be in some financial trouble if that was the case.
But that shouldn't be worth going into thousands of dollars of debt for.
It's my favorite backpack ever.
The worst part about this TikTok video is the number of comments supporting the creator,
my God.
encouraging each other to continue to go into debt to solve their childhood traumas. This healed my inner child. This would
What?
cure my depression. The best thing is you're making memories and enjoying life, so he is worth what you paid. Hope you had a good time, that is all that matters. Maybe it's just me, but I don't see how seeing a person in a suit in real life would cure your trauma. You'd be much better off seeing a therapist. But it's not just people who are going into debt specifically because of Disney.
Yeah, I
Many
mean-
Disney adults are still choosing to go when they are already thousands of dollars in debt.
Trips are coming up.
So,
Oh, please don't tell me trips are coming up.
well, I've been trying to plan a Disney cruise.
Oh, that's
for us
insanely expensive.
I exactly
What is
know.
that? How much is that going to cost?
Well,
How much is that going to cost?
for the weeks that I needed to go, so it had to be
Needed?
specific because he can't get off work. Only he has shut down on 2 weeks a year. So the price for the week we needed to go was going to be $8,000 for the cruise.
Oh my! That is a month of your income, lady. You said
Oh
you
my
want to control the
God.
money because you cannot trust him, so that you guys can pay off debt.
I don't get the obsession with specific characters like that. Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I would never in a million fucking years geek that hard over seeing fucking Goku. Like, so, like, at an amusement park in a fucking suit of Goku. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I'd be like, yo, that's sick. I'm not gonna fucking cry. I love what? What? I don't understand it. I
So
don't
that you can
understand
get
it.
married. That is what you open this conversation with. You, that is not the truth. That is both. That is both. That is both. That is both.
I get wanting to go on expensive holidays, I really do. But the best thing you can do instead is to be financially stable first. If you absolutely need to get away, there are so many things you can do for cheap. At least from in the UK, I can go somewhere in Europe for less than £500. I know America's a bit different, but there are definitely cheaper places to go than Disney. And to put it into perspective just how expensive Disney trips can get, this guy spent over 30 grand to take his entire family to Disney.
We stayed here for a
Oh
little
my
over a week and it was
God.
about 30 grand.
Did you use any debt to pay for that trip?
No, we had savings that we had.
Which resort?
All sport. All inclusive was the way to go for us. I took 5 grandchildren and all their parents.
I'm no Disney expert, but people in the comments of this video point out
I
that
guess
the
that makes
All-Star Sports
sense.
Hotel is actually the worst one. So it's not that they're getting the luxury experience from that 30 grand. If you've got the money to burn, sure, spend this much. But the fact that ordinary people with regular jobs are trying to be on the same level is just insane to me. It's no surprise people have
Yeah, no, you really can't. And he's taking his grandchildren and stuff. It's not like that's a completely different thing. That's like a sweet family thing to do. Like he's a grandpa. Like how are you gonna hate on that? Can't.
to go into debt to afford this. On Caleb Hammer's financial audit, a Disney adult couple joined the show to talk about their insane debt and why they still choose to go to Disney despite this.
You spent $1,000 on just being at Disney. On here, $1,000 just on the Disney crap.
I mean,
For a day, for 1 day, $1,000 for a day, guys. You make $7 a month net, and you blew through a seventh of it in a day. Unacceptable. Missing our student loan payments, i.e., the money you borrowed, federally backed, subsidized from us, the taxpayers. You know, these ones right here, us. You're not paying it back, but you're going to Disney.
well, we're gonna pay it back when I
You're
get
not.
our next paycheck.
Maybe we'll see that, or you can have a bonus trip to Disney because
I
there's
fucking
a
love
hidden
this guy.
relative's birthday you
Great.
didn't know about.
Well, next month both trips we're going on, we're going with other people, so we've already
does make it
committed
cheaper.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
splitting the hotel with
Yeah.
them.
yeah. Call them and say, "Oh wait, I forgot that I'm literally a poor."
These girls are so delusional that they think going to Disney is more important than getting out of debt, that they even add to it. Debt is no joke, and people like this tend to forget that. It can ruin your life. They can lose their houses, their cars, their entire livelihoods, and in this case, all to go to Disney. Even for people who try to just avoid going into debt just to visit the parks, Disney has created new schemes to entice them to. In this video, a woman shares her story of how she was essentially duped into a points-based scheme at Disney that
What?
ended up leaving her with significant debt.
This is part 3 of how we got into massive debt, and this is one of my most embarrassing debts that we have. A few years ago, our family took a
$128,000?
trip to Disney, and we impulsively purchased the Disney Vacation Club. And we did so by financing it. If you don't know what the Disney Vacation Club, or DVC, is, it's kind of like a timeshare for Disney World. World. Except instead of having one specific resort or specific weeks of the year that you get to use it, it's a point system. You buy a certain number of points, and then those points can get redeemed at any DVC resort any time of the year that they have availability. That means you can end up staying at Disney World properties, Disneyland properties, and they also have other DVC resorts like in Hawaii and in Europe, so it definitely provides like a lot of opportunity to travel. Now, with that being said, this is a very bougie luxury purchase that we had no business making. There were some incentives when we purchased, so the total cost of financing was around $27,000. Now, was this stupid? Yes, I know that. But I promise you, our hearts were in a good place, but like our financial literacy was zero.
Financing 27 grand worth of Disney is just absolutely insane to me. That could pay for a house deposit or even multiple cars. There's so many things that you could do with that money instead of buying a Disney holiday. And the worst part about all of this is that Disney adults 100% support each other. If they're all in debt together, there's no judgment. Disney is such an all-encompassing entity with so much to buy that many Disney adults can go into debt without even having to go to the parks. They spend thousands on limited edition merch, collectibles, and literally
what are we doing?
Anything with Disney printed on it. This really is overconsumption at its finest. I can't help but stare at all those Mickey ears and wonder what else could have been bought instead. They're not cheap either, around $50 each. And I'm no Disney expert, I might be after this video, but I'm sure that the ears are bought to be worn in the parks. So does this creator plan on going to Disney over 100 times to wear each pair at a different time? I don't know. There are so many Disney adults who have an absolutely insane amount of merch too. I don't want to be too judgmental, but at this point it just seems like hoarding. You don't do anything with any of this.
I can't say shit. I can't say shit. I got some anime figurines and shit, you know. I have a Shadow the Hedgehog thing. Like, I collect shit, but this is like an extreme, you know.
It just seems like figures maybe that people spend lots of time painting or having hundreds of books to read. It's just stuff. A lot of Disney merch can only be bought at specific parks too, not online or in any stores outside the parks. So there's an exclusivity of that makes it so much more popular. Ultimately, I can understand why parents want to take their kids to Disney even though they're in debt, but there are ways to make it cheaper. They can stay off-site instead of the park hotels to make it cheaper, bring some of their own food and drinks, and maybe even stay for a shorter time. But Disney adults, I think if you have so much debt already and will be going into more debt just to go to Disney, I just don't think it's worth going, to be honest. Now, I know this video is pretty finance heavy, so if you want me to react to more of the sort of cringe side of Disney adults, let me know in the comments below. And if you want...
Yeah, I mean, that's fucking crazy, dude. That was a good video. Having a collection is fine. I just don't get going in the same place day after day. Yeah, me neither, dude.